following accomplishments. At the 26 SEA Games at Palembang, Indonesia, during 11 to 26 November 2011, our athletes performed very well and exceeded our target of 5 medals. We achieved 2 golds, 3 silvers, and 2 bronzes. A total of 24 athletes were sent to Palembang, making it one of the largest contingents sent to the SEA Games, of course, other than those hosted by Singapore in the series. We were accorded an A grade for performance by SSC and the media. There were 1 national record broken, National Junior 400 hurdles by Zaki, and 4 athletes achieved their personal bests during these games. Most notably was the age group of the contingent. 7 of the athletes were below the age of 21 years old, which bodes well for the future of athletics in Singapore. At the 7th SEA Youth Athletics Championship in Singapore at Bishan Stadium, held on 26th to 30th April, a total of about 400 officials and athletes from 11 Southeast Asian countries were housed at NTUC Downtown East. Being host country, our contingent was strong and comprised of 59 youth athletes and 21 junior athletes. The junior athletes participated only in 5 events for the boys and girls, namely the 100, 200, 400, and 4x1, 4x4 relays. Our youth team won 1 gold, 10 silvers, and 10 bronzes. Our junior team won 1 gold, 2 silvers, and 1 bronze. In total, 3 youth records and 1 junior record were broken by our athletes. 11 athletes achieved their PBs during this championship. Next, the 15th Asian Junior Championship held recently this month at Colombo, Sri Lanka during 9 to 12 June. A total of 12 boys and 10 girls were sent to compete in this highly competitive championship. I'd like to congratulate Kaiyuan and Shanti, who did us very proud by winning the bronze medal in the short put and 200 meters respectively. Special mention to Shanti. Shanti is only 16 years old. The winner in the second, I think they were 18 or 19 years old. Shanti still have a chance to run in the next Asian Junior. Well done to both of them. 5 of our athletes qualified for the final, which is extremely commendable in this highly competitive event. 3 national junior records and 5 PBs were established during this competition. During the last 12 months, from July 1st, 2011 to the end of this month, a total of 5 national open records, 3 men and 2 women, 10 national junior records, 5 boys and 5 girls, and 17 national youth, 5 boys and 12 girls, records were broken. This is a typical structure of a sports excellence on the pyramid, where the youth forms the base of the pyramid. The key to develop all this excellence is to make sure that towards the path of excellence, the nutrition of these youth athletes are largely diminished. Some of the major sporting events held the last 12 months. First of all, Standard Chartered Marathon Singapore 2011, also known as SAMS 2011. SAA again sanctioned this marquee running event of Singapore. It attracted 65,000 runners in a good mix of categories and age groups, and they were treated to many iconic and heritage sites along their running routes. We are proud to announce that the SCMS has now been awarded the Gold Label status for marathon running by IAF. This put our SCMS amongst the 22 marathon races in the world which has been accorded this prestigious status. On the screen here are the 22 marathon races. There are more than, of course, 22 marathon races in the world, but these 22 are accorded IAF Gold Label status. In Asia, only 5 countries have such IAF Gold Label status: China, India, Japan, Korea, and now Singapore. At the 73rd Singapore Open Track and Field Championship held on 21st of August 2011 at Mohamad Stadium, there were a total of 14 countries with about 330 athletes participated in this event. The championship last year served as an excellent sparring platform for the SEA Games in Palembang. The 7th CU Athletics Championship, which was hosted by us on 26th to 30th April 2012. I'd like to applaud the Organising Committee, headed by Ong Choon Poh, who has done a great job in raising about 200,000 in cash donations, largely from title sponsor being Sembcorp Industries with 150,000 and 30,000 from Stanford Tires. Other donations in kind were FBT for Paris, McDonald's for breakfast, Hoka for isotonic drinks, Lucent Singapore Gallery for challenge trophies and commemorative flags, and BioAir Private Limited for contagious. The next important event which happened this year was the 53rd Inter-School Track and Field Championship during March and April 2012. For the first time, MOE's Singapore Schools Sports Council, SSSC, and SAA signed a partnership agreement to organize this event. This partnership agreement allows SAA to manage the event without SSSC outsourcing it on an open tender, which they have been doing for years. Now, as we know, school athletes are an important and integral piece to the pipeline for our elite athletes pathway program. By partnering with SSSC, this allows our high-performance team to improve the monitoring and accessing of the school athletes database. This will be critical to the long-term development of our athletes' progress towards high performance. Further to this successful running, I'm glad to announce that after a meeting with MOE on June the 8th, recently early this month, we have now an in-principle agreement to extend this partnership agreement for another 3 years. In other words, 2013, 2014, and 2015. Now, both parties are now working out terms and conditions to finalize the partnership agreement. Financial position of our association. As of 31st March 2012, we have a cash reserve of $746,395. I'd like to show the summary of our financial cash reserve from the day I took over as president on 30th June 2010 and subsequent to financial year. As you can see, we have done well to maintain the reserve at exceeding 700,000. Now, I'd like to bring to your attention that in our submission of our MYSP to SSC for NG fundings, we actually sought a funding of 1.7 million per annum to achieve our goals and objectives under the MYSP. While we have a 3-year committed funding for NG funding, the FY 2011 and FY 2012, which is the current year, entry funding from SSC for SAA remains at only 900,000 per annum. Right, Jason? Now, despite this, I think we are able to maintain this healthy cash flow, or cash reserve, pardon, due to prudent financial management. But going forward, we cannot totally rely on SSC funding alone. We have to strengthen our marketing efforts to increase our revenue streams through sponsorship and fundraising programs, especially when we want to achieve our 2015 objective of being the top 3 nation in athletics in Southeast Asia, which means that we can spend more funding for athletes and coaches. Now, in summary, there are 2 items which I want to speak about. Firstly, while we have done reasonably well the last 12 months, we are still far from achieving our goal of being the top 3 athletic nation in Southeast Asia by 2015. To achieve this, we need to raise the bar and work diligently with all stakeholders to develop potential SEA Games gold medalists by 2015. We have already started by fine-tuning our SAA carding system. A lot of people have commented on our new carding system, but to go forward, we really have to raise the bar and fine-tune this. With effect from January the 1st, 2012, we have made it more stringent for athletes to be qualified for carding. We have, however, increased the subsidies for athletes to surpass the silver results of the previous SEA Games. The new carding system will be periodically reviewed every 6 months, January 1st and July 1st each calendar year, to keep all coaches and athletes on their toes. We have also started a new SAA carding system for our national youth squad. Besides the carding, another prerequisite to succeed by 2015 SEA Games is to develop the family unity within all stakeholders in athletics. Now, I must admit we have improved the last 2 years, but there are still rooms for better cohesiveness and unity amongst all of us. We must put all our personal differences aside and work together as a team to make us proud as Singaporeans when we host the SEA Games in 2015. The other point which I'd like to make is on this 1.9 million sports hub, which we envision to be completed by 2014. Now, this arena serves as a wonderful integrated environment for world-class international sporting events to be hosted in Singapore. SAA must be organically prepared to take upon this task in the future. I'm sure throughout the years, SAA has had a lot of experiences in organizing meets. But I do not believe we are good enough yet for world-class events. A total review of the event organizing team must start immediately to prepare us to take upon the responsibility to hold world-class events in our new sports hub. Thank you very much.